Hi all, so welcome to another day on this JMeter trend and Jerica. In the last session, we have talked about uh, a walkthrough of JMeter directory, like various files and folders. So, JMeter properties file plugin and other thing. Fine. Then next, so next we will be talking about this. Um, so it's like. Now we are going to do end-to-end scripting, right? So before that, just a second, let me. It's day 11. Today is day 12, right? Okay. Changes. We have to do 7. Just a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5 days. 5 days. 7. Then 8, 9, 10. Last session was day 11. Right? From today will be from day 2. Okay. So in this, what we are going to discuss is like end to end, right? So we'll pick uh, complete scenario, right? And we will do all the scripting preparation, script preparation, or all the like that's the main thing. How a script is prepared and everything we will start here. So that's what first will be scenario or business or user flow or user journey, uh, like scenario. Right? So scenario can be also called as business scenario or user flow or user journey or user story, right? So you see, they have it has same name, many name, meaning is same, right? So scenario means business scenario. It can also be called as business flow, user flow, or user journey or user story. So if all thing means same, like business scenario, and so it's identification with their transaction and documentation for performance testing of the web application, right? So first we are going to pick pet store. Then yeah, and this is online version, and we can host it locally also. So in the last, I'll be giving you instruction now. Last means very late. Okay. If you want, you can host it on like locally as well. Then so there are two scenarios on that product booking and user registration. So we will all see in with best practices. Now, first of all, understand that whenever anyone will be giving you any work, right? So first thing we have to understand is, um, yeah. So first thing we have to understand is like, see any application, right? Let us say pet store one or pet store. This is pet store, and and we did enter. So like that, any application, suppose that adapting hotel. So there are few more as well. So now this is application, and if anyone of us is working as a performance testing guy, right, in any company, and suppose this is a project to work on. So first of all, we have to prepare the script, right? So that we have script means what? Script is like anything, like in the film industry, right? Script mean script word is there. It means that it is some documentation, and using that the actor, right? Actor has to play his role. So common name. So script. So same way in our IT industry, script means a documentation or a file using which that particular tool will act, right? So suppose here JMeter, right? We are going to prepare JMeter, which will using which we will do a performance test. Now JMeter, so that will be called a JMeter script. JMeter script for we have to prepare the script for this applications for which we are going to do performance testing. Now, what this script will do? They are going to do the same thing which normal user does, right? Let us say the example, suppose on Amazon, one example long back. So one small example we did, right? Suppose we open the Amazon, then we click on refrigerator, then we click on hire refrigerator, then click on checkout. So normal user was doing that. Now same thing if you have to get it done through a tool, or in previous examples also, in previous session I've shown you, like suppose we opened the Flipkart, we search a laptop, right? We clicked on. So user was doing that, and then we have to make the tool also do that, so that we can run that same thing, the same stuff through tool for multiple user, right? For more number. So that is what is script preparation. Now script preparation, when we can do that? Only when we know the scenario. Suppose here, suppose I have given this website to you, and we have to do the performance testing. Correct. So what? First of all, we have to prepare the script, because uh, now understand, like performance testing means testing of the scenarios on this application, right? Business scenarios. Business scenario. Business scenario means what? What a normal user is doing. That is called business scenario, right? A normal user, what it does on this website, that is called as business scenario. A common name given. Suppose on Flipkart, we have seen a product booking is there, right? Cancellation of order is there, writing review is there, paging complaint is there, right? Like that, so many scenario can be there. So those are called business scenario. Okay. So first we have to identify that business scenario, and then we have to prepare the script, because normal user is doing any of the business scenario. Suppose product booking only. So we have now we are going to do the performance testing. So we have to prepare a script using a tool, maybe JMeter or any other tool. So here we will be learning JMeter. So that what the normal user is doing, the same thing the tool will do, right? For that particular scenario. Let us say product booking or what. Okay. So first of all, what our focus should be to know the scenario, so that we can work on that scenario and uh, get that script prepared, get that script prepared, so that the tool can also act like that, like normal user, and he can also perform that. Tool can also perform that scenario. Right? Now, suppose this is the application, and we have to work on this. So in first glance, no one will understand what to do, right? No one will, anyone will not understand who doesn't know about this. So that is the main thing. So any work when you get from anyone, maybe it is service based company or a product based company, anywhere, when we get application, so first job should be to know the business scenario on that application, for which you have to do the performance. Okay, all the business scenario of that application. Because that's what I'm saying. Suppose this is application, what to do? No one knows. Even I do not know. Anyone. Even I'll be employee of a company, but suppose a project is coming. This is a project. This is the application. But what it does, what the user does. There. First, we have to know that. Then only we can prepare this. If you know, it's better. But if you do not know, so that time, any person from the team who is giving you this project to work. Suppose my manager is giving this project to me to work, so he will help me with some person, maybe uh, some functional tester working on this application. He will be knowing the workflow. Workflow is also called as workflow or user flow, workflow, whatever. That is what the journey, user journey, business scenario is also called as workflow. So the functional tester who are working, they will be knowing the workflows, right? Or business analyst is there, or product owner, the owner of this product, anyone. He will help me. Okay, he will help me in going through the all the business scenario. So same way, whenever you get a project, first thing will be should be knowing the business, and you can ask anyone who is giving you like to whom to contact. He will give you. It's like normal thing. Anyone will give you, and they will give you. Now, business scenario is not only just knowing. They will give you a proper walkthrough, like what to do, where to do, right? Uh, uh, Walkthrough. Walkthrough means complete, like a user, what you will be doing, what a normal user will be doing. So let us say for an example, suppose here hotel booking is there, right? Here hotel booking and for hotel cancellation, this is website. So what normally suppose hotel booking scenario we will take. So what normal user does in that, right? So first he launches the home page, then he click on username and password, then he do the login, right? So this is first user action, which it can be technically it will be called as first transaction. Putting the username password, that is second transaction, like that. Then one dashboard page will come, right? So um, yeah. So uh, so dashboard page will come, and then there are option to choose hotels and book it. But for now, I don't. That expires this credential. I'll try it without this. Okay, that is working. Just save. Fine. So he logged in, right? Then we have to choose something like location where you want to book. Hotel is there. Which hotel, which room, how many adult, check-in date, check out that, right? And then click on search. Then corresponding transactions are there. So I'll be telling you this also in future. For now, so that this is called walkthrough of the flow. Okay, workflow of a user for product booking scenario. Right? So someone will have to give that. Now, my job as a performance tester or anyone like anyone of us working will be going. Suppose anyone is teaching me this scenario, so my job should be to go through it efficiently or remember it. Okay, what he did, home page launch, login, then what he did here, then on the next page what he did. So that because he will just give the walkthrough one time, right, and then he will go. He has some of other works, right? So he will go. Maybe if you get some doubt, you can always ask him. But repeatedly, no one is going to teach you. Like even suppose I am giving a walkthrough of this scenario, so repeatedly I'll not teach him. That's why we are giving videos. So same way everywhere. So that's why first thing is like once anyone gives the demonstration, the workflow, that is what business scenario, uh, you have to go through that, right? Once you then you also practice the same thing normally, like opening the website and doing the same thing. So first thing will be always identifying the business scenario, like how many business scenario are there. So he will tell you like hotel booking, hotel cancellation, writing review, cancellation, all those things, right? That you have to decide. Then on which to work. So suppose you will say on all we have to work. Then first one which to pick, like which one is the important, which one we will pick. So they will say, okay, first one let us pick with this one or this one. Okay, fine. Then let us have a walkthrough, okay, or demonstration of that scenario. So walkthrough means what? To complete that scenario, what are the all total steps or all total transaction that user does, right? So that is the main thing. So first of all, once everything should be documented. Okay, everything. Like suppose we decided to business, so write it. Okay. Then what are then have a walkthrough and so yeah, complete flow from a start to end. That is called complete flow or complete transaction. So the person will give you. Then you also go through that, right? Practice it manually so that you remember it. If you do not like, you may face in problems, so you can write all those steps in somewhere. Or many time, let us say this meetings goes with Teams, so we have recording feature in Teams also. In organization, anyone, whenever we do meeting, we can do a recording, so that in later on you can always watch that recording, and if you are stuck anywhere, you can refer that recording, right? So that is there. These things are there, so no need to worry. But that is what. And then once you also practice, and then you have to get all the idea clear from him. Like, what idea? Suppose you get confused there. What are the check-in dates? What are the check-out dates? Any confusion you have, from where this data will come, right? Or let us say, suppose suppose here some input we have to give, some credit card detail we have to give. So that time you will be having confusion, right? From where I'll get this? Say like give demo dummy data, right? Dummy data, or some genuine data, from where card number or all things. So that some doubt can come on any page, right? From where to bring that, what to give. So, okay, like from beginning when we logged in with the user credential, so from where that user credential will come, all those things, right? How many for now at least how many credential are there to at least prepare the script. So initially, whenever you will be working on a script, right, always ask for minimum, at least minimum two credentials on any scenario. Okay, that is, I'll suggest minimum ask for two credentials. Okay, that is minimum. Maximum can be anything. So that whole thing, right? So any doubt related to inputs, selection, all you should get it clear, because every time no one will come, and that is a bad habit, right? Every time asking a small thing, right? So in beginning only, when someone is giving you that, everything should be clear. So that is all about identifying the business scenario, then having a walkthrough, and the person who will be working, like me or some of maybe one of you guys. Uh, so practicing it, right, and then writing it, identifying the transactions and writing it. So this should be the first job everywhere in any project. Okay, because then only you'll know, right, what to do. Otherwise, you'll not know. And until unless we know the, remember, until unless we know the business scenario or workflow or user flow correctly or efficiently, right, you cannot prepare the script very well. Understand? Okay, because you will see when we now we are going to work only. They'll get the idea, because how important is understanding the business. Okay, it's not like simply we prepare the script. It will be very easy. No, many things we have to take. So that's why. Okay. So that is the main thing. Always remember to do. Okay. So first we will start with the pet store. There are two scenarios: product booking, user registration. I'll give you a walkthrough of that: product booking and user registration. We'll prepare a test case document. Right. That is what documentation of both business scenarios, understanding the flow and its transaction and request. Every transaction has a request also. So if necessary, also document the requests endpoints related to that. Okay, so let us start with product booking. So this is a product booking website. I think even if you Google it, you'll get it. Like even on Google, if you say to the Google that October uh, or simply pet store, right? Just pet store. Yeah, some other things coming. Pet store, right? And just scroll down, you'll see here it is there. Okay, I'll give you a easy search. Ignore this. You can do October, October pit store. Like this user. October. Google is sending URL, but yeah, simple October for pit store, right? So game, you can see this is the application link. Okay, so this is the application. Yeah, it came. Right. So from Google also, we can directly search and go. So this is the application. Right? It is used by very many people to do practice another thing. So an URL. So first, so here two scenarios are there: product booking and user registration. This website is used to book the pets. Okay, pets. What pets are there? I'll show you. So pet booking also you can say. That's why its name is pet store. So first we'll talk about product booking. Um, so I'll also open the document. So so we can prepare a small document like this. You can see. Full view or some kind of view. Hmm. Okay, fine. I'll just- let it. Okay, so what I have done, just zoom it. Hmm. So you can see. Hope it will be visible. Even I'll share this. So so here one tab application name pet store, right? Short form for that created called PS URL, right? This is the URL. Then heading like test scenario ID. We can give from our end test scenario name, transaction or steps, some remark, right? And transaction name. Right? We have to write the name also, transaction name. So we will come to this. And then for each transaction or each user action, what are the requests? Right? This all request we can find from F12 developer. As we do all the transaction from there, we can capture it. So that's what endpoint or API or request or whatever for each transaction. So first of all, it's a product booking, a name from our side given like PS01 PV product booking, right? Product booking PV. So in this, what we have to do is first is like really, you can open. So this I'm showing in a little quick view, but generally first you practice and then you write, you prepare the document, because this document we have to only prepare. No one is going to prepare it for us. So as I said, someone once he has given the walkthrough, then we should practice that walkthrough, and then once you whole flow idea is clear, then uh, while practicing the walkthrough, you can prepare a notes, quick notes, and then you prepare a document like this from start to end with whatever the endpoints, capturing them and putting, so that we get a clear idea. We do not get confusion. Even if you capture the endpoints also, it will be a clear idea, right? So what we do here? First thing is, the first thing is first thing is home page load in first transaction or user. So this is home page. Then we have to click on enter. So click on enter. I have written it here. So next transaction. So like I'll just refresh the first page. So when we refresh the first page, you see we got the request, which is here, right? Uh, so I have captured that. It is visible. I have captured that and put in that in Excel. Like that we have to do. Then next transaction is clicking on interest. Click on interest, and that you can write here. What is the related transaction? It's here. Transaction is done. What is the related request? It's here. That we can put it in column. Right. Then we have next transaction. So clicking on sign in. So here click on sign in. Sign in has also, yeah. So sign in has also that request which is here, and that is captured. After sign in, we have to put login. Okay. Login for this website, you can always register a username before performing this scenario. So I'll explain that, or let us first register that, okay? And we'll get an idea of that also. We will create our own username. There is a default username also that we can use for this website, which is J2EE J2EE. Okay, J2EE J2. That is default one, but we are not going to use the default one. There is a reason for that. I'll take. So let us do a registration. Okay. So here registration scenario is also there. This is there. I'll explain that as well. So let us we'll first register a credential. Then we will come there. So home page. Then again enter a store that is written in. Then click on sign in. Okay. To sign in. Then click on register now. And parallelly you can open, as I said, network tab and keep on capturing those requests. So let us click on register now. So register now transaction captured and capture the related request. Right? No need to do in one go, as I'm saying, because I have to save my time. That's why I'm showing you parallelly, right? But initially you have to first practice that, and then anyone who is given a walkthrough of scenario, he will give you walkthrough, not like in this much detail. He will say, okay, let us set up a meeting. Then he will meet with you, and maybe if it is Teams, you can record that, or normally, then he will give you, okay, you have to do this, do this, and this way product booking. After that, you have to do it. Right? After that, you have to do it. And if you get any doubt, you just get clarified with him, that person. the doubt just now explained, suppose some data entry or some here, what to put, what not to put, right? All this thing. So anything you get it clarified. And once that flow is clear, then you have practiced it well manually. And main thing, remember, we have to do it as a user, not as a tester. Okay, remember, performance testing is always done from user perspective. Which perspective? User perspective. What is user going to do? Okay, right? Like one example, suppose that the hotel booking. Where is the yeah. So suppose this is hotel booking, and this hotel booking has a scenario, test case document, that is a functional test case document. Here you can see functional test case document, and there we also given test scenario name, objective, and steps. Steps are to verify what to do. So if you see, just suppose in launch only or verify valid login credential, there is two steps that needs to be performed, right? Or verify checkout date. Or there are they have written almost 7 steps to verify that. So this is from functional testing team perspective. But here we are not a functional tester team. We are performance tester. So remember that if a functional tester is giving you a demo, means demonstration of the scenario, do not ask him. Remember, he can get confused, so he can give you the same thing to you, like this walkthrough. That can be confusing because we are not functional test. So always ask him that, hey, please, or anyone who is giving a walkthrough of the application, you have to ask him, let's give us the scenario walkthrough from user perspective, like what user is doing. So we have so many scenario now. From any one scenario, suppose we have to work, so in that, what user is doing from that perspective, that's it. Not all this stuff, we do not need it, because we have to simulate that thing, right? We have to simulate that thing only. User is doing that, request is getting generated. User is right, user is doing that, request is getting generated, and that is what we need. We have to simulate this same thing in the tool, so that we can run it for multiple user, right? Like in previous session, I have shown you, suppose Flipkart only, we opened, then we search a laptop, and then same thing I've shown him, right? How tool was doing that. So this is what correct. So from user perspective, you have to know the scenario. So so you will get the idea. Then you will practice it. Once you practice it from user perspective, as what user does, then you can make a document like this, like write all the steps, all the transactions, its related request involving them. Fine. So we come back to user registration page. So we click on register now, then we came here. After that, what we have to do, we have to enter some details here and do the save. So do the save. So that is enter details and save transaction. So enter details and save transaction. Now what detail we have to do? So any dummy data we can put. So let us say a user ID Jojo. What is today date? 15/07, right? 2025. 15 is today date. 7 September. September means 09. Okay, sorry. 09 2025. Password will be ABCD 1234. ABCD 1234. Full name, suppose Jojo. Email ID. This will take username uh, @gmail.com. So these are dummy data. Dummy data means like any data we can put in. So those data are called dummy data. Some phone number we can use. Just one. City name, I'm just giving shortcut. Short name, you can give full also. Okay, I have given short forms. City, state, zip, state. So when I do the same, so you'll see a request, two requests are fired. That all both requests you can capture, and in this one will be post requesting. First request 3 not. So here this transaction was having two requests. Okay, first request is 302 post request, and in post request what we do, payload will go. You can see whatever we filled in, all data went to the server, right, and registration, and then that is another request. Fine. So this you can all capture. I have even captured here. You can see enter detail and save. I have written in remarks what will went. You can just write it like what to do. So here, enter all registration detail with the meters data and click save information. Password is minimum 8 character. Make it alphanumeric, right? Like that. So that remark I have. Transaction name will come to this letter, and it has two requests. Right? First is post in sequence, right, and then next one is keep. After that, so this is registered, but we have to verify also, because once you do registration on any website, right, we have to always verify, correct, whether we have registered. So let us verify. So again, we will go back to signing. So that is the request for that. Then with same username, it's coming here, fine. Even it is not coming, note it down and put the same username. Let me delete 10. So Jojo 1509 2025. Password was ABCD 123. And then we will do the login. So it will come like welcome Jojo. Means we have logged in. So that was login. Login has also two request login transaction, and the verification came. We'll verify that and then sign out. So that is sign out. Sign out has also two requests. So that is user registration flow, and I have given the demo as well, and we have registered a user. Now let us go back to our product because first we'll be working on that. So this was product booking, right? So I have given demo till sign in, sign in. So homepage load enter to sign in. Now we have to log in. So as I said, there is a default password for anyone can use it without signing. That is J2EE in a small J2EE. But we are not going to use it. We are going to use the credential that we have just registered. So now we'll put that. So that will be login transaction Jojo 15 2025 1509 2020. Password is ABCD 123 and login. Login here has two requests. You can see one will be a post request. Post request. It will be carrying the payload, the username and password you see here. Then these are dynamic. Well, we'll be talking about them later on. So that is the payload, right? And this request will not, since it's a redirecting request, I've talked in very beginning that it will not be having any response. It got redirected to this request, and this request will be having a response. But that is not to worry about initially. You have to just understand the request for that transaction and capture it for two transactions. Now we have logged in, right? We have logged. So next is what we have to do. So these are the pits. We have to choose any pit. So select any pit. Okay. So before we select any pit, let me give you a small idea. So you see here fish, dog, cat, reptile. Right? Now even suppose you choose fish. So fish has again some subtype of fish, right? Angel fish, dark. And in that also, again, suppose if you choose goldfish, in that also male, female, something will come. Okay. Same way, this is there for, suppose you are picking dog, right? The dog also has so many types of dog, and in that also, anyone you pick, suppose golden retriever or so again in that also some type will come, and anyone you have to choose and then do add to cart. Not add to cart, item ID we have to click on. So I'll explain, but just explaining the choices. Okay. Suppose same way cat, reptile, bird, they have also, suppose you click on bird, so two types of bird are there. And in that also, we have to click on this product ID thing. Right? So when you click that, maybe here one came, maybe sometime two also option can come. Suppose I'm clicking on pinch. Okay, one is coming, fine. Some other can have reptile, two type of reptile, right? Reptile, snake, iguana, anyone. So if I click here, you can see one. Some have two, some have many. Right? Here it's two, right? Two. So it's there. Okay. So this is what pet, and then they are divided into three categories. First this category, then there will be one more category, and then we have to choose from the last category. Three steps are there. Okay. So we choose any pet, select a pet. So anyone, suppose fish. Then we have product ID, right? So from this product ID, we have to choose anyone. So that is select any product ID, and parallelly just focus on the request as well. So this is the request uh, for selecting the fish. Then next transaction is we have to choose from product ID, right? So that is transaction number 6. Select any product ID. Okay. So anyone, suppose goldfish. So I'll click on this, and this is the request. You can click and capture it. You can capture it. That whatever we are choosing, it's showing, and that is reflecting here as well. Now again here also two types are there. Um, so that is what anyone we have to choose. So we have to click on item ID available. So that is what 7. Select any item ID, right? So let us choose anyone, maybe male or female or what. So then request one more request related to that transaction. So you see here. So we have to identify a request and keep capturing them. Capturing means you can just copy from here and put it in Notepad or like here, like how I'm doing. Login was having two requests. I have just captured them both, right? Like that. So fine. Now, so this is done. So final selection done. Then we have to add it to cart, right? So we have add to cart. Click on add to cart. So that is a request for that, right? Then proceed to checkout. Proceed to checkout. That is the request for that. Then here we have to fill in the details. So that's what. After this proceed to checkout, enter payment detail, payment and address detail. Card type, any card type out of three option we can choose. Card number, we can give any dummy data. Expiry date should be always in this format, right? and YY format. Okay, so these are some remarks I have written. So that's what these remarks you can also write so that in future you remember. Suppose you forget, okay, what to put it here. So that is what remarks is, right? So generally, when you come to this page, there will be some pre-filled data, means automatic field data. You can delete them. You can just choose from this and select and just keep on deleting them so that it looks a little realistic. So now we have to fill this, like on any website, it looks like this only, right? So card type, you have to choose any one card, master, whatever from this drop down. That is done, selection done. And then these all inputs we have to fill from our side. So that is pure user input, right? Remember, pure user input. So card number is, I have written any card number you can give, a dummy card number. So let us give some dummy card number, right? Then expiry date of the card number. So that should be in this format, remember, month and YY, and YY, right? With slash. So any month and YY. That is a specific, like in this format. Any other format, if you give, this page will throw error. So well, give, let us say 12, 12 slash 2030. My card will expire. And then this all you can fill as a dummy data. These are all dummy data. You can fill anything. It's not like that I have previously the user I have registered that name I have given Jojo and Ben. So that's only we have to give. No, okay, just Jojo I am taking as a person name, any person. It's not like that the same thing we have to, the user which we have registered, his name also I have given Jojo, right? So it's not like that. You can give any name, like a realistic thing. Okay. Strict address also you can give anything. I'm just putting it same. So, but do not get confused. Okay? We can put in any. So this is going to be delivery address or billing address like that. Okay. And click on continue. So that was entering the details and click on continue, and that was the request. If you see on this request, it will be a post request. And why? Because post. Why post request? I have explained, right? That every request or every transaction in which you are sending some data, the inputs, that will always be going to post. The post. And what data we send, you can always check in payload. So if you go to payload, you see Mastercard, the metadata, everything, right, is captured here. Fine. Now next is confirmation. You have to just verify and press on confirm. So that is next transaction, confirm. Confirm. This is confirm request. So when we do confirm and then finally our order will be booked, here a message will come. Thank you, your order has been submitted. Your order ID will be generated with some date and time. Then what detail we used, that will be shown here. Okay. Shipping address will be also same, so both same. And what you choose, right? So we choose adult male goldfish, that will be shown in its price. So this is fine. Okay. So like this step is followed anyway when you use Flipkart, Amazon, when we do a product. This is the stage. Now next, yeah. Now after that, so till here, how many transactions were there? So this is how we have to book a product, and the product is booked also. That product was. So till here, we have total 11 transactions. Means 11 user action, you can say 11 transactions, and each transaction were having some request. One transaction was having two requests also, right? Now there are additionally um, four more transaction in that. No, three more transaction in that. So 11 plus 3, 14, and last one sign out. 15. So three more transaction is what, to make it realistic, I have added this three more transaction. Why to make it realistic, right? So see, in normal any e-commerce website or any website, yeah, take a example of e-commerce website, Amazon or Flipkart, right? We have booked the product, and finally when the product is booked, we will be having order ID, right? Transaction history or order ID. That order ID is there na, somewhere in our history page, right? Or order history page or previous order page, some kind of thing is there, right? In every e-commerce website, where we can always go and check our order, even previous order or long back order, everything we can check, even the current order also. Once it book, somewhere it will go, right? So it will be in the order history page, right? You can always go and check the status, that is there, right? So here also on this website also that is there. So that's three transaction I have added. So we'll go to the order history page, and then we will check whether this order is there or not. Okay, and verify. Even we will click on that. Okay. So first let us go to that. Order ID is 82668, right? Fine. Now how to go there? So next transaction is what? Clicking on my account. That is transaction number 12. Click on my account. And this is the request for that. Then next transaction is clicking on here, nothing to do. Okay, just click on my order here. Then it is there. My order. So click my order, transaction number 30. When you click on my order, this is our history page where all your order will be there. Right? Even the current order is displayed. Now next transaction is clicking on the current booked order. Okay. Whatever the order we booked just now, we have to click on that. So this feature is there. Right? We can always click on any order and get the detail. So we will be clicking on this booked order. So that is transaction number 14. And when you click on that booked order, again, you can read all the details about that, right? So here we have all the details, correct, of that order. Fine. This is there. The same scenario is there everywhere on any e-commerce website. And then last is sign out. Sign out from the application. So do this and sign out as two requests. So so that is product booking. Okay. Product booking scenario. 15 transaction, and I have also shown you the user registration scenario also. There are 8 transactions, right? Its name is user registration. ID is PS 02. This was PS 01, short form product booking short form PB. So PS 01 PB. This is PS 02 user registration. And then there is a test suite also. We'll talk about this later. So like that, this ID's name you can give from your side, or this name also you can give from your side. No one is going to guide you on. Okay. Even for let us say suppose product booking, there is hotel booking and hotel cancellation on that adaptin. So a name I have given like adaptin, suppose AH or adaptin hotel AH 01 hotel booking, AH adaptin hotel 02 hotel cancellation. Scenario ID you can give from your side. It's like that. Okay. Because no one is going to guide on that. That is just for understanding. Because on the application that is never written that okay, there is a product booking, there is a hotel registration that we define from our side, and then we work on that. Okay. So that is the first job, understanding it, going through that very carefully. Any confusion like enter details, some confusion is there, ask them. Login is there, from where the data will come, right? What will be test data, where you will create that minimum initially to login credential we have to always take. So all kind of thing, real input you have to give or dummy data thing, everything you just ask it and practice the flow as a user does, and then you document it like this, right? Also document the endpoint so that it becomes more clear when we work or prepare the script. That time there should be no confusion, because when we do the recording, that time many things gets captured, right? Irrelevant things and embedded resources. So if you had this previously, so that time filtering is very easy, right? Because you have an idea that okay, every transaction, suppose this transaction has only one request, this transaction has two requests, I have to keep only that, nothing extra, right? So that becomes easy. So this is done, and this is preparation. Next, so after that, so that is all what whole thing, identifying and identification and documentation, and picking the first one. So maybe the in team there will be 2 3 members will be there, or sometime one member is also there. So depending on that, you work on it. Right? Suppose one member is working on this, other can work on that. Like that, it happens. Now, so once that is done, identification is done, and then we have to start preparing the script. Correct? Because the same thing what we just did, that is how user is paying. Now we have to make the tool do that activity, make the tool book that product like how user does. So that is what then we will use that tool to run that scenario. Suppose product book for 1 user, for 10 user, for 100 user, and that is what performance testing, right? So that's what end-to-end recording and the script preparation or script enhancement. Recording means basically everything will start with recording, right? We have discussed that. So that proper page is there, right? Remember, PTLC labs. So, right? So this and then main thing is start from matrix scripting, identification, then escape preparation, which is recording of request and response for each transaction of that particular business scenario on which we will be working. Then enhancement, and then debugging and establishment. Right? So that's yeah. So end-to-end recording and scripting also. So scripting of first scenario. So this one. Now let us move to next slide. So this is next slide. So steps to follow for scripting with IT standard best practices. Okay. So in first thing is in that increase the view result tree line limitation. So we have already done that like in last session. Remember we increased the line limitation from 500 to unlimited by changing the value 500 to 0. Correct. That is that. Then next is increase the heap size of JMeter to 3 to 4 GB or more. Okay. Now, what is this heap size? We'll understand. So heap size is memory. Okay. And everything has any application to run, they need memory. Correct. So memory, there are two types of memory. One is a RAM memory, which is main thing, and another is ROM memory. Right? ROM is what they say hard disk, correct? And RAM is that volatile memory. Generally, every time people call RAM memory. Generally, when anyone says that memory means this RAM memory. This memory is called as hard disk. So people call okay, how much space they right? So 256 GB or 1 TB. So that is hard disk, right? So we do not focus much on that, and that is a secondary thing. But when we talk about memory, this is RAM. Why it is important? Because every application needs that memory to work on. More memory, more fast the applications will run, right? More efficiently they will. Now, JMeter also needs memory to work on. But problem with JMeter is that whenever you install or you start using JM first time, so by default JMeter has only 1 GB of memory. Okay, it will be having only 1 GB of memory. Now, you only think in nowadays in 1 GB what happens when normal application can't run in 1 GB, right, of RAM. That's why nowadays even mobiles are coming with 12 GB. Okay, 12 GB. A real laptop used to come with 4 GB, right? Long back, 10 years back, or 15 years back, laptop were there with 4 GB of RAM, 2 GB of RAM. Now laptop are of 32 GB or 64 GB, right? Mobiles are coming with mobile started from 1 GB. Now they're 12 GB because more application has came, multitasking so they need memory, right? More memory, more efficient working. Correct. Now JMeter by default, whenever we will start using, it will be having 1 GB. Now in 1 GB, what will happen when mobile apps can't run in 1 GB? So we have to increase it, and that is a reason because of this 1 GB JMeter. When you will be working, it will hang. Like in last session, hope you remember when I was showing the recording, and that time JMeter was hanging, and even I've told you so many times that it's hanging because of memory, and we will increase it in future. All right, so okay. So it will keep on hanging, right? So that is what. So we have to increase this memory to minimum 3 to 4 GB or maximum also how much that I'll explain. But but we'll understand this right first. So we are going to work on this, right? So let us first increase the memory because once we start working, if JMeter hangs and other things, so anyone will get irritated. Even when we start JMeter, so when this console comes, this is the first console, a dark console, which is also called as JMeter console. And then once this comes, and then JMeter comes, right? This is the JMeter where we work on, right? Now, On this console, if you try to read, uh, ignore this. This is uh, not worry about. But try to read this stuff. So here it's saying that do not use GUI for load testing. For load testing, use CLI mode. And then here it is said that increase Java here to meet your test requirement by modifying current variable. Something is written, right? Here you see 1G. It means 1 GB. So default JMeter memory is 1 GB. Okay. Here heap. Right? And that's what I said. It will be always having 1 GB. So we have to get it increased. Now how to increase? Fine. So before increasing it or anything, how you know, right? So it's written here that it has 1 GB. But if we want to be more sure that I have opened JMeter and how much memory it has, I want to see it. Okay. So if anyone want to see that, or let us say if we increase the memory of JMeter, so whether it has increased or not, how we will see that, right? So I'll come to that. First, let us talk about how to change it, changing it. So to change it, in here also you can read that the increase the Java heap and modify this line in JMeter batch file. That batch file, remember, right? Where is that batch file? It's in JMeter bin directory using which we are starting the JMeter. So first I'll talk about uh, this Windows, right? Then on Mac and Linux. So we are talking about this why and how to increase. Then first I will talk about Windows, then the Mac, and this is which will be today topic will be till here. Fine. So yeah. So we have to go to the bin directory. JMeter bin directory, and then that is batch file means this JMeter dot batch. It is called batch. So this JMeter batch file, we have to write that batch file. This one, we have to open that. You can open that in any editor, Notepad or Notepad plus plus. Okay. Anyway, you just have to right click and then edit with Notepad. Also, you can do. So it looks like this. You see, okay. Or uh, with Notepad or Sublime Text, with that also we can open. With Notepad, if it try to open, it looks little colorful. That's why I always try to open in Notepad. So this is Notepad, correct? Now what we have to do here, JMeter dot file, bad file, open in Notepad. Now we have to just scroll down and try to find this line. Okay, heap XMS1G, XMS1G in Notepad when we have opened. So slowly you scroll down. You will find this line, same line which is here, but this is not that one. It's just the information they have written. You have to just scroll a little bit down, 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 and here, almost at line number 150. Okay, 150, 151. You will find this. And here they have written also heap and something. So uh, here 1G, right? So we have to change it. Okay. Now, so by default it's 1G means it means what? JMeter, whenever we will try to open it, JMeter can only have 1 GB of heap. Heap is a technical word for memory in Java programming language. Okay. For memory, there is a special technical word used for memory that is called heap. And since JMeter is also a Java software, correct? So here also that heap word is used. Now, what is the meaning of this 1 GB? See, in our laptop, we have task manager, right? Do you know task manager? You can open task manager, searching and task manager. So hope you know this. All will be knowing this. Task manager shows us everything like suppose currently in my application. Yeah. So currently in my laptop, what all process means what applications are running, how much CPU each one is using, how much memory each one is using on all these things. Correct? So currently in my laptop, all these applications are running and each one is using how much. So Teams is using this much. So like that, right? Then here in performance tab, we can read about CPU usage and how much my laptop CPU and currently how much utilization memory usage. This is my, so my laptop has 16 GB of memory and 10 GB is used. See, out of 16 GB currently is 16 GB in use. To understand how much resource consuming or memory consuming nowadays this application has become, right? How much memory they are consuming? 10 GB, just this much of application. Teams is using 10%. Sorry, this is CPU. Sorry, and 1 GB Teams is using like that. I mean, like uh, so some are downside also. So total all these applications are using 10 GB of my RAM. I have 16 GB of memory. That is what RAM. And out of that 10 GB is used. Okay. Available is around 5 GB. Okay. Now, what will happen whenever you try to open JMeter, by default, only 1 GB from my available memory, only 1 GB will be given to JMeter to work on. Okay. Not more than that. Now, what will happen when we start using JMeter? So, when JMeter needs more memory, more than 1 GB, that time, even though it is free here, it cannot get. Remember, it cannot get it from my uh, available memory. Okay, it has only limitation of unfixed limitation and fixed like 1 GB, and that is when it will start hanging and JMeter you will see it will start hanging or slow, or even in previous session it has happened. That time also I've talked about this, that it is hanging because of memory issue and other thing and will increase them. So that is the problem. It will only have 1 GB, and you know in 1 GB what happens. Even I have so 5 GB free, but it cannot take all 5 GB. Okay, if requires also it cannot take. In only 1 GB, we have to work on this, and it can get hanged and anything. And it doesn't have right or authority to take apart from 1 GB, even it is free also. Okay, so that is the problem. So we have to increase that limitation so that JMeter can have more memory, more than 1 GB, and we can efficiently work on JMeter without getting it hacked. Okay, got it? So hope you understand about this memory. Now here two words are there. One is 1G and one is 1G. XMS and XMX. Okay. What is the meaning of this? Okay. So see, G means GB. Okay. And M means so G means GB and M means MB. Correct? MB we know, right? MB. So MB. This is not that much important part, but this is. So first of all, understand that 1 GB, 1 GB is given. So that means what? That 1 GB it has. And it has only limitation of taking 1 GB extra, it cannot take. From my system, even my system is having a free RAM of 5 GB, it cannot take more than 1 GB. Okay. Now in this setting, how to change? So first let me tell you how to change. So you can give your, you can remove one. can give 3, and here also you can give 3. Okay, it's 3 3. So if you give 3 3, now what will happen? JMeter has JMeter has a capacity or authority to take 3 GB of memory. Means whenever we will start JMeter and start using it, initially it will take some memory from available memory. You can see that process. Mm, This Java thing, that is what JMeter Java. So currently it is taking almost 500 MB. Whenever we will be working on that, it can take more. Okay. So only limited. So default limitation is till 1 GB only it can take. Now suppose we have increased to 3 GB. So what will happen? Initially, when you start, it will take how much it has to take. It will take. Then depending on its requirement, if requirement is there, obviously memory requirement will be there. So it can go and take till 3 GB from the system, till 3 GB. But again, remember, not more than 3 GB. Even let us say after 3 GB also there is some requirement that more than 3 GB also it needs. So it cannot take. Okay. Because whatever value you are giving, that is the limitation. From 0 to 3 GB, not more than that, right? So we will see that first. Let me reverse. So this is what default one, right? Now, suppose I have changed it 3 GB. So how I'll know that the change has affected? Correct. Whether how JMeter is able, JMeter has authority to take 3 GB. How we will come to know, right? So remember one thing: in by default in JMeter there is no such tool or anything through that anyone can know that how much memory JMeter has. Okay. By default, there is no such tool in JMeter. So then how to find it? So then there is a third-party tool that we have to install, and that third-party tool name is Visual VM. It's a third-party software that we can Google it and download it. So just go. It's a free also, open source. Visual VM. You can see, right? So you can go and download. So you can see here. You can download it. It's a zip file. For Mac also it's there, Mac OS, and for Linux also you'll get. Okay. So depending on the requirement operating system, we can download. So if mostly we will be using Windows, so download. Now after downloading, just download and install like normal software and open it. Like any software we download and install it, it's like that. So after that, uh, open that. Let me see. It should be here. Not on my desktop. Oh, maybe it has been removed. Let us try to it. Okay, it's just a download and use to. So like JMeter. So we'll copy this in JMeter folder. Sorry, we C drive. We can keep it anywhere. It's not like, but generally. So visual VM, it's just download and use to. So like that, it will come. Then in that also bin folder will be there, like how it's there in JMeter. Go to bin, and then this is exe. You have to just double click. It's saying I accept, and then it will start. So what it does actually, it shows all the Java application running in system. So let us say, you see I've opened and what it is showing, JMeter, okay, Java. Okay. So we can double click on that, on this double click, and it will try to open the details about that. So it will open up slowly. I'll double click one more time. You can see it's opening. It was there. So here you can see it has opened the detail about that overview, like where it's running and some other thing. Then you can see here SMS 1G and 1G. And by the current it's 1 GB, 1 GB. Now more you can go to monitor tab and you can see their data. So this is monitor tab where it shows how much CPU utilization currently is taking, and then there are something. So that these all are not important for now. The important one is this. So currently, if you see heap, the memory. So currently, how much total 1 GB it has? So total saffron 1 GB it is showing right till here, and how much it is using? It's showing right how much it is using. Okay. So before I go and change it, I'll show you one thing, one example. So we will run a test. And you'll see how memory requirement increases. Or so this is for Amazon, and on Amazon we are clicking on refrigerator. Right? So let me run this on 10 inch or 15 inch. Okay. So you will see. So see, just I open the script. So some memory increase happened here. Do you see? This is free. This is used. So it got increased little bit. So like that, as we keep on using, so the application needs memory. Any application, not only this, and they take that memory from our system memory. How much system has, right? Correct. And all the application they do not have restriction, but only with JMeter this kind of restriction is there, and we have to come up with this. We have to increase that restriction. So by default 1 GB restriction is there. Now let us say if whatever we are doing here, that whole requirement goes like this and it consumes all the memory, then what? So then it doesn't have authority to take more memory, right? So there it becomes slow, right? Like that. So I'll just run it, and you can see there. You can see the increase here. I'm running for 15 users. And it's running. Okay, let me run for a little more time. Just try to retrieve some embedded resources also, so that it will take some time. See how a spike happens. So this is how memory increasement can happen, right? And hence you see how slowly memory increasing. The memory requirement is increasing by gene. So it's not only by gene. Any tool needs memory, right, to work on. It's touching almost 100%, and that is where it can throw uh, out of like out of memory, and JMeter can hang and slow. So currently it's fine, but it's almost till 100%. Okay, so that is what. So this can thing can go slow. So I'll just stop it. I'll stop this test. Okay, so I stop now. You see, slowly it will decrease as, but it has happened, right? And suppose here I'll click on. Suppose I'm clicking here, and you'll see it will take some time to reflect. See, it's taking some time. Right? So currently I stopped the run, so it is fast. But that is where, right? That is how memory requirement increases, and thing can go like not good if more than 1 GB. Oh, but it will always need one. Even the same thing. This I ran for 15 user, let us say 30 user. Generally, we should not do this. Website can block us, but we can try just to show you guys. Let's see, 30 user is running here. You can see. And 30 user all are doing what? They are launching on the home page, then clicking on one of the refrigerator. Refrigerator. So should go up. It's not. Yeah, fine. Maybe it's for that. If I run for 100 user, it can cross and thing will come. But it is clicking on refrigerator. You can see all 30 users. So you see how memory current. It almost touching, but it is man. Suppose I'm trying to click here, and it's not clicking very well. That even my internet. Okay, fine. Right. So that is all about memory and right how this affects and how we can see here. So using this visual way. Now today time is over. So we will see more on this tomorrow. I'll tell you how to increase it. So yeah, it will continue from here, and we will try to increase that, and then we'll see how we can always see here it will increase here also, right here here it will increase, and that way or here also it will increase, and that way we can verify okay memory has increased. Then I'll be explaining about this XMS and XMX also, right? And then we will talk about how to increase on Mac and Linux. So yeah, so that is for today. So this visual mem you can download and yeah. Yes, yes. This tool is open source and it's there for um, any operating system you can use. It's actually developed by Java. Okay, so that is for today. From tomorrow, we'll continue from this point on, and then again we'll talk about some stuffs like this thing. probably, yeah, we will finish this recording at least tomorrow, and then day after tomorrow we'll start announcement. Okay. So thank you for today.
Thank you.